Hi, class. We're now going to begin our study in chapter 7, which is about fractals and chaos. All right, so what's going on in this chapter? Fractal images are intricately, in fact, infinitely detailed pictures. All right, so from an artistic point of view, fractals liberate us from the confines of finite detail. So, fractals are objects of the mind whose complexity continue to provide revelations and greater wonders at ever increasing magnification. There's actually some cool stuff we'll even start with in section 7.1 about that. So all the detail is in place and it is ready for us to explore visually with improved printers and enlarged images. Okay, so fractals provide us with a whole world of beautiful vistas whose richness and detail are literally infinite. So we'll start. So the images that start even in section 7.1 form a starting point for our investigation into fractals and mathematical chaos. We will examine the images and search for patterns within that chaos. And in the process, we will discover that the whole picture resembles small parts of the picture, but at a larger scale. So there's repetition of pictures, is what I'm getting at. Once we see this self similarity at different scales, we investigate processes that can generate such features. We find the repeated applications of simple transformations, so just repeats, result in these beautiful images that we'll see. Okay, so fractals have significance beyond the images we can produce. They show us the simple processes repeated many times lead to objects of enormous complexity, and many mathematical models of natural phenomenon use simple processes that are repeated many times. And these models attempt to predict the weather, the stock market, and population size. Right? These models reflect the chaotic complexity of our world and suggest that our ability to predict the future is severely limited. Okay, so these are the sections we're going to cover. We're going to start in section 7.1. It's just about images. It's a real short section. We just look at different images of fractals. Then we'll move into section 7.2, and it's about called the infinitely detailed beauty of fractals. And so it's just how you can create these works with the repeated process. Section 7.3, between dimensions. And so we'll talk about fractals again and something about can they fall through the cracks? Interesting. And then we'll end in section 7.4, which is the mysterious art of imaginary fractals. And we'll talk about these things called creating Julia and Mandelbrot sets, okay, by stepping out in the complex plane. It's a fun chapter, a little abstract. So please take your time with the reading. And as always, if you have any questions, please let me know.